Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den, and today I'd like to show you how I made this card. It's a Twisted Easel card. I know we've done one before, but this one's a little bit different and a little bit bigger, and it's got a beautiful fan on the front. Now I did this one for my colour creation called Flirty Flamingo, and I really liked the way it turned out, except for the fact that you would need to make a box for it to go into because it's just too thick to fit into a 5.5 inch envelope. You would have to have a padded envelope if you're not, but if you wanted to make an envelope, that'd be great. So I'll pop this on one side and I'll show you what we're going to use. Now, because of my colouring, I'm only using one layer where I have, hang on, let's bring this in, 2 layers here, because this is thick, very vanilla, so I only need the 1 layer on there for that. So that's all I'm putting on that one. So and it holds down nicely. So okay, so pop that over there. So this is what we need. We need a card base that measures 11 inches by 5.5 inches. You'll need 2 pieces of card that measure 5.25 by 5.25, and if you're doing an insert in another colour, your next piece will be 5 by 5 for the inside. You will also need a piece of designer series paper, which I've already scored because there's a lot of scoring on here. That is 5.5 inches by 12 inches, and we're going to score this at every 1/2 inch. So let's and virtually that's everything we need. So let's pop these out of the way, and I'll show you what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to use the Cottage Rose for the best wishes and just the happy birthday. I'm using this one for this leaf here for my background, and that's all of those. Okay, so they're all ready. I'm using these stitch nested labels which are retired, same as half of what else I'm going to use, and I'm using the 2nd and the 3rd size in those. So no, 3rd and 4th size, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 size in those nested labels for my stopper. Now it's up to you how you do your stopper, but I'll leave that up to you. Now, just for a bit of extra, I'm using this punch, which is, I don't know, I can't remember, I haven't got a name on this one. Oh, and that's not like me. But as a leaf punch, and it's gone, and this one is the sprig punch, and that's also retired as well. I'm heating up my hot glue gun because I have a couple of flowers here that I'm going to put on the front rather than make some flowers, and I've got a few gems as well. So we will start our card. So we're going to bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to score our main card on the long side with the small end at the 5.5 inch mark. We're then going to pop this on the angle. Now I have a line down the middle here so I can measure it properly, and score this. Oh, now which way am I scoring this? I can't remember. From the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Is that correct? It's correct. And we're going to score that along the diagonal so that it matches up with this line down here. Okay, so that is our main card. Alright, and this will be folded, and I think I've got this the wrong way already now. I can't even think straight today. Alright, this way will be folded, and this piece will be folded inwards. Crazy, I'm going nuts. Alright, so we have our piece of card so that it looks like this, as this does. So we want 5.5 inch score line and score line on the diagonal from the bottom up to the top, bottom right to the top left, on the left hand side. That's our main card. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. With our other piece of designer series paper, we're going to score this using the larger ball every half an inch. So we've got half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, and so on and so forth, right across, which I've already done. Okay, I did forget one little thing, and I'll just go and grab that. Which is a bulldog clip. Okay, so for the bulldog clip, that's just optional for what we're going to do. So we're going to start, we're going to fold on all of these score lines in a concertina fold. So one way, one the other, all the way across, making sure that as you go you give it a burnish. I do it every couple of things. Oh, I can smell my glue already pumping out there. And that's our concertina fold. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to use a little bit of wet glue and just for about an inch up each one of these, we're just going to pop some glue on one end. And then we're going to turn it over and do exactly the same on the other side. About the same distance up. What this does is it makes it stick together at that bottom piece so that we can make our fan shape. Now for me, I just pop that together like that, and then I just pop my bulldog clip onto it to hold it together while that's drying and while we did the rest of the card. And as you can see, that's going to fan out beautifully at the top, so we can pop that on one side. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this piece, and I'm using soft suede just all over generally. Let's find a piece of scrap paper here, just pop under it because I'm going to go off the edge as well. And they don't have to be it can be random, you can do single layers. I'm just giving this a little bit of texture so that it's just not white underneath. A lot of it won't be seen, so it doesn't really matter. If you do it all over, you can turn it around to pick the side that you like the best. Okay, so that's that piece all stamped. Let's pop that on one side to dry, and while we've got this, we might as well do the other piece of stamping, which is just a happy birthday and that leaf. So, oops. Things are falling on the floor over here. So we're going to pop a happy birthday up here like so, along with this leaf. This time I do want it nice and firm, so I've given it a really good ink so that we get a nice leaf in the top corner. And that's the end of that part of the project. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so we'll bring him back in our card, and we might as well pop our insert inside. As I say, if you were doing a double layer, that's fine. Now you don't want to put anything down in this bottom corner because that's where we're going to put our stopper. So we're going to pop this onto here. Like so. And when we're going to place this piece on here, so I'm just going to look around which is the best looking for me. I think I like that one the best. I'm not sure. What do you think? Yes, I think I like that one the best. So we're going to place glue onto this piece here. Only on this bottom triangle piece. Not right to the edge because this doesn't go right to the edge. So we're going to pop this on here with our border. Oh, that's still a little bit damp, that glue. That's, ink rather. That's what happens when it's very, very damp outside. Okay, so we've done that, and we're now going to pop this piece onto the front of our card like so. So we're going to bring this over like this and spread it out as much as we can so that it fits right across. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue down this section here. Get off me. And pop him right in this corner down the bottom. Once I've done that, and I know he's stuck, I will then bring these over. I'm going to then glue this bottom section here, this section, flat on this edge. Just that one piece. And I'm going to hold that there for a few seconds so that the glue can dry. Okay, and then once I've done that, I will then just lift this gently and just pop a little bit of glue, turn this around, just under each of these flutes for them to sit on. It will seem like it's not worth it, but it really is. And then and as I've done that, I'm going to do this end first because it will actually be easier. I will then put a little bit of glue down this edge here, the same as I did on the other side, and bring this across so that it glues onto that piece, so that when this sits up, it's going to sit up like a beautiful fan. Okay, and then as I say, you can just pop a little bit of glue under each flute, as you can see me doing that on the screen. Just a tiny bit, just so that it will catch along that edge there, like so. Once we've done that, we'll let that dry for a second. What am I doing? Putting the lid on the glue. We're going to just let that sit there for a moment, and we'll put our stopper together. Now it doesn't matter what shape your stopper is at all. And we're going to work out where we're going to put it. Do you want it straight? Do you want it on an angle? Well, I'm going to put mine on an angle like this because I just think that it goes better on the angle. So I'm going to put some dimensionals onto the bottom of this. Now I don't like things that sink, so it's going to have 5 on there. To me, if it sinks, it's not right. holding it up to where you want it, making sure that your stopper is within the lines. We can pop him on like that. Once we're happy with that, we can bring in our flowers, which we are going to then hot glue onto this card. Where you would like them. I've only got 2 flowers as I've used up most of them, so I'm going to pop them like so. Oops. And I have some of these leaves. Can't pick things up. I broke all my fingernails. Don't ask me how. I always manage to break them all. So and I'll pop these in here like so. On the other side here as well. These will take a little time to dry as they are. There we go. A little bit off the thing. And that is my card. What do you think? I think that is absolutely gorgeous. This will actually have to go into a box because it's like, I don't know how high that is, but it's quite high. It's about 3/4 of an inch high. So it definitely needs to go into a box. If you don't have a hot glue gun, don't worry, you can always do it with wet glue. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. My first one I did here with wet glue. So now I'll just pop on some nice little gems so that we can finish off the front of this card. I'm going to pop one here and a couple of these larger ones up the top here. And that's it. I hope you've really enjoyed that. I actually love it. I love the colouring too. It's muted, but it's just beautiful, and I think that whoever receives this card is going to really love it. So if you've enjoyed this week's tutorial, please leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my new tutorials. If you would like the written tutorial for this, head over to Diane for stamping, crafting and tutorials on my Facebook group. You'll find the link down below here, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.